let the mayhem begin. It's Flipside Tactics versus Mocket Aces, our first match of the midseason mayhem for the European region. With the commentary down on the field, it's going to be Leaf and Lawler. Take it away, guys.
We talk about Rocket League taking away our need for coffee. This midseason mayhem has like quadrupled that effect.
To say in the least, this is going to be insane. For those that didn't get to tune in yesterday, the games initially start off a little bit more hyped than normal. Coming up with Octagon first, and then after that is Double Goal. You see some different diversity in maps, different play styles. These guys get a little bit more creative. And then it breaks loose, and we see some of the most ridiculous things ever.
It's just chaotic.
And I can't believe that we get the chaos of friendly fire first.
I know, and it was funny that James mentioned Mocket. Pashy's on the team. We know he already goes for demos. He loves to be aggressive. This is his game mode. I just want to see him go on a tear when we get that friendly fire. It's just, honestly, it's great when Carpet's up here too, because he just giggles like a maniac. Yeah. It's the most adorable thing. It's so fun having these game modes. What was your favorite game mode so far that we've seen from NA yesterday?
It's difficult not to go with Civilized. Every single time you see Rumble Civilized and Fisticuffs, and having mutators really come out to the fullest extent in the aspect of different power-ups, it gets unbelievable because it really shows how good these guys are, not only at adapting of different maps, but then being able to take that to the further extent and using power-ups for it, and they use them tactically. It's pretty cool to see.
Game number one, Flipside Tactics versus Mocket Aces. Our first mid-season mayhem game of the day for EU. Getting underway on Octagon. Nothing crazy going on with the physics or anything like that in this match. Just a beautiful wide map for these teams to get some team plays going on as they started off. Pashy tries to get the first goal in for their team. Doesn't quite connect with the back end of that, but they aren't giving up yet. Greasy is finally back. He took a vacation because he was just actually excited for mid-season mayhem.
So excited he had to take a break to prepare himself for it. But what's really unique about Octagon, not only is it so far wide, it's actually almost, I'm pretty sure it's exactly 2 maps at the peak corners wide. But with the way that it plays is because of how big it is, when you have plays play in the middle, and you're pretty much stranded like in the midfield if you have no boost.
Absolutely, and it's something we talked about yesterday is if you have no boost and there's no boost around you at one side, you have to go all the way across, and that's not a situation you want to be in. But I'm not sure they're going to be focused on that boost management level this early on. I'm sure there's not much practicing going on right now. We just see some great plays coming up from Mocket as they have been putting a lot of pressure onto Flipside early on in this match, but they can't seem to find the net quite yet as Flipside tries to create a counterattack, but quickly push right back into their own end. Panda sets one up for Devo, but he backs off quickly, seeing all 3 Flipside members there ready for an attack. He prepares himself on defense, and once again they push. Panda has a shot on net. There it is, the first one of the midseason mayhem for EU.
Taking full advantage of that different wall that we see here in Octagon, playing it right back inside perfectly. And then a good shot by Violent Panda, spinning around, able to get that rotation in and just push it at a kind of a unique angle on that corner. It didn't look like it was going in initially, but able to secure a goal. We've got
3:20 left, and they try to get another one. Devo coming in off that backboard bounce. No finish. Cooks here just keeping that one out. Panda and Pashy, though, being a nuisance in that corner, they're doing a very, very good job of making sure that ball stays on one of those angles every time they're on offense, and it rarely does it go back into their own end. But Cooks here finally has a chance here. Puts a side flip on to stop his momentum, noting he wasn't going to win that one. There's a shot for Greasy. Almost stopped out by Devo, but he does squeeze it past, and we're all tied up once again.
Marky doing a really good job. As soon as he hits that first touch, popping it up, he moves to the side and then power slides to make sure he gets a correct angle on it, and then he just leaves the rest for his teammate. Greasy flying and putting on a shot, throwing his car in afterwards to make sure he gets the dunk.
All tied up as we just said, approaching that halfway mark, back where we started. Cooks here sends that up for Greasy. Greasy to Cooks here. Almost a shot on net, stopped out by that Mocket defense. Good read from Devo to keep that one from moving towards the box. Now they have all 3 of them moving up, staying pretty tight in that corner. And it's allowing them to keep that pressure on as they roll that one in front of the net. Cooks here keeps that away. Marky having to finish off the push forward. Greasy there with him. There's a push forward from Flipside as they put one towards the net. A little bit late to it though. Panda is going to be able to keep that one to the side. as they try to transfer the momentum back down towards midfield.
Still a good play to move that upfield. Everybody getting involved. That pass downwards to Greasy, if he didn't get that touch, would have been contested. And then the follow from Cookser, shot out of net. I don't think these guys are just used to how big this map really is, so the shot was a little bit off kilter.
One thing you see them a lot is actually going back to their net and getting back very quickly for their boost regrabs. It seems like it's a lot closer for them to get it than on a standard map. So those back rotations quickly transfer back into more midfield pressure, and that's definitely what Mocket has taken advantage of to keep Flipside on their back toes, back heels, whatever part of the foot they want to use. They're in defense. Pashy pushing it forward for his team. Panda a little bit behind on that, just trying to be a nuisance to Cooks here. Still tied up with 1:30 left. Greasy, nice long clear for him. Met on the wall by Devo with a shot a little bit right of the net. Markey is going to push that forward again. Gives away possession. Here's Greasy to meet that one in the air as he makes his way back to defense. To keep that one pushing forward in favor of Flipside. No team finding any shots on net as of late.
No shot except for that one.
Commentator's curse coming in hard there.
Both teams doing a really good job of working the field, but look how wide this spread out is from Markey. As soon as that ball gets played back out, he swings very wide around in that midfield and then just waits for that ball to be played inside, having that trust in his teammates.
2-1 now lead for Flipside Tactics. They first saw themselves down, put themselves in the lead now with 1 minute left in this match. They're in a good spot. And based off the amount of goals we saw before, I was going to say they may keep the lead, but that does not happen as another one sinks in.
Oh, very quick goal. Vipanda going up and playing that downfield. And then those walls are very difficult to read because they don't have as hard as a backing as you see in normal maps. So as it hits that corner, it rolls in perfectly, goes straight towards the net. Cookser's just not ready for it.
Kickoff in favor of Pashy as they try to push another, evened up once again. See if that can change quickly here for Flipside as they try and attack, but back off quickly. As possession goes to Mocket. Devo up in the air first, so he's going to be able to push that down towards the blue end, but Greasy intercepts out to Markey. Markey with a flip into the net. What a shot from him, and they find themselves the lead once again.
The Violent Panda in a very tough situation, rotating back as much as possible, but that pass to Markey played very well, and he just gets a flick over the top. You see how Violent Panda wants to go up for that. He could have done a quick aerial, but I don't think either way he was going to get to it in time. So I assume he thought it was going to hit the crossbar, tries to settle down as quickly as possible. Just too good placed of a shot.
You're right, it's tough. I wasn't sure if it was a Feels Black flip or not, but who knows if he would have gotten to that. That was such a good shot from Markey. With 20 seconds left, Mocket are going to have to pull something out of their pocket pretty quick here. Pashy with a flip forward, met by Greasy, sorry, Panda up in the air. Devo out to Pashy, no finish there as Markey gets in the way with that Octane, and he's just going to bully Panda out of the way, so they have another shot on net. Doesn't matter. They're still going to take the win. Flipside Tactics taking the first game in this best of 5.
Yeah, Flipside playing it very well, spreading out, using that field to their advantage. Cookser with his famous little wiggle. How he manages to rotate and wiggle at the same time is
the most
unbeknown to me.
Adorable celebration. Most adorable. Hands down. Well, Flipside Tactics, there you have it on Octagon. I love that map.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite. I hope they implement it into rank play as soon as possible. Just reskin it, throw it out.
Yeah, or just do it like that. Yeah. That's cool. I love the Tron feel. But yeah, there's the first one going to them. We did see them down, but they eventually figured out what they had to do. Started to be a nuisance at the end there, allowing Cuxy even to get that last shot on net. Good job from them, but it was close the whole time, and there was a lot of back and forth. And coming to the next one, I'm excited to see how they change their place. I mean, they still have a really wide map coming into the next one. Double Goal is going to be our next map, and as I just said, still very wide, but now when it comes to the corners, it's going to play a little bit different than the Octagon did.
Right. Pre-Octagon, I think Double Goal was actually the big favorite for a lot of us, mine personally, because of that wide angle like you're talking about. It was a very wide map. It allows you to do a lot of unique things with not only dribbling, but also cross-field play. We talk about how important misdirection is in the field, and being able to play it down one side and then just cross it all the way over, and then still having a goal facing you is very beneficial. So the big difference with Double Goal is there is a post that's in the middle of those two goals, so you can't just shoot it directly on. Interesting to see how they'll play it.
Well, I'm hoping these teams are going to do exactly as you said, get some nice misdirection plays across field, some sweet plays, team plays. We've already seen them working together quite a bit, so I expect that out of these teams. As we get into game number 2, Flipside Tactics versus Rocket Aces Flipside, taking the first game in this best-of-5 mid-season Rumble. Crazy maps going on. Here's the first shot coming up from Cux here. It is stopped by Pashy and rolled around the corner. We mentioned it yesterday. Sometimes in the corner it can get a little bit crazy. Ooh, shot though. That one's gonna make it into the far side. Cux here getting credit.
Cooks are doing a very good job reading this off. As soon as that bounce hit, it went directly back into the middle. And unfortunate for him, as it plays perfectly into this Flipside team, Cooks are, as good as he is in the air, able to take a shot and put that on net.
I was going to talk about just putting it in the corner, and a lot of times it rolls towards net. They don't even need to do that. They just take one from the midfield. And there they have themselves the lead. Pashy out to Devo. Devo had to get to that one quick. Otherwise, that 50-50 would have been going straight to their net, and how bunched up they were would have been a goal, but they do transition it into an evener.
So difficult as well, because that goal sticks out a little bit. It's not directly parallel with the wall. So with that nose coming out a little bit more, even though it was a great save, just not enough for it to bounce off. Trying to clear it out, just not able to. It's sticking out a little bit with the point.
Wasn't great enough as it went in, but doesn't matter. They aren't at a deficit. They are tied up now, where we saw ourselves 40 seconds ago. Marky trying to get a pinch, not the one he wanted or deserved. It will stay in their own end. As Pashy keeps the pressure on, he's going to back out now, knowing his teammates have already transitioned back for boost. But the ball moves down onto offense in favor of Flipside as they try to get a play started here. I see Cux here waiting for that pass to the other side. Doesn't quite work out for them, but they are starting to set up some of those plays. I like to see it, and I hope that it will result in a goal one of these times. Right now, they are still trying to set up a play, using that corner to roll it towards the net, forcing Panda and Pashy to wait patiently in net, knowing that can roll right in. A shot from Marky on target. Just stopped by Devo, but Marky's not up yet. Cux are waiting for that pass over to the other side. That's exactly the misdirection we're talking about.
Yeah, part of the reason why they're able to do that is how well they're using this field. A couple times on defense, obviously, both teams need to club up just to make sure it doesn't go in some weird angle. But the way they work the field, they're giving each other some space and some opportunities to just hit it one after another for a pass play.
Greasy whiffing on that's going to give a chance for Panda to send it back down. And there it is. No, just off the post. Top crossbar there as it stays out. Greasy with a shot. Pashy stops that one out. A demo. Going to put that one for Cux here as Devo was nowhere in the rotation.
No, as soon as that ball comes off the wall, you see Greasy playing a quick one inside. And as soon as that initial save happens, the man who is supposed to be back in Devo, just not able to get to it. He's gone.
No, you're right. He was on track to make that rotation.
They're preparing for the next map. They're ready. He's like, all right, we got friendly fire up next. We got to make sure we get some demos in now.
I'm okay with that. Oh, it's so fun. I can't wait. But right now, we have a lead 2-1 for Flipside Tactics. And honestly, the way they're playing and utilizing this space to pass to each other.
Oh, Pashy, do it to him.
Oh, I can see them walking away with a win unless Pashy can pull through with plays like that. But there's a shot to the far side. Devo, credits for that one.
Still, Pashy doing a really good job bringing it downfield and then contesting that, putting it right back into that corner so it bounces out, catches one of the defenders out, and the other two are just sitting ducks in that net, not able to go up. Well placed by this Rocket Aces team.
Approaching that halfway, and once again we see ourselves tied up. Very reminiscent of the last match. Shot from Cux here. Stopped by Panda as Maka has control to move it out, but out to Cux here. Doesn't get enough mustard on that one. It goes a bit to the side. And Panda is going to be able to send that clear deep down into the blue end. On target, actually. Marky forced to make a save. As we have some midfield passing, Marky trying to drop it down slow. Cux here to back off instead. No, he does get a 50-50. Devo winning it. Does move it up with Panda. Only one defender. They have one on each side. You see Pashy, Devo giving so many options there, but the control ends up in Flipside's hands.
That's the beauty of double goal, is the options that you have. When you're in situations like that, even in a 1v1, really well stood up by the defense of Flipside, but a quick pass to the other side, he's completely out of position.
That's so hard as a defender to have all three like that and so many options for your opponents. Very scary situation, but they made the best of it and made sure it did not result in a goal. And now they're going to try to move themselves onto the other end. Getting that plank of wood in the way, but he can't do it a second time. Pashy will be able to get a shot on net. Devo keeping the pressure, but Marky with a flick out to midfield. He's got a friend with him. Cux here trying to set that one down gently. Devo going to take advantage of the height on that. but no finish on that. Panda trying to get it backside. Almost a good finish from him. Doesn't finish off, though. Approaching a minute of gameplay left in this match. Still tied 2-2 in game number 2 between Flipside Tactics and Mocket Aces, as Mocket's starting to put pressure on, but commit a little bit too hard there. They have only one person in net, Marky, trying to be a nuisance. No finish from there, as Devo just gets back in time. Mocket now set up for another push, but that goes towards their net. Marky going to be a nuisance here as his teammates get back on track.
Something else you see Marky doing is he's taking advantage of these. The way that these goals work is you can actually go through them. You don't have to go around to transition to the other side of the field. So he's doing that not only to be a nuisance and to kind of catch these guys off guard, but he's also doing it to deny them boost.
Good demo there from Pashy. Doesn't work out for a team. Smart didn't pull himself out of rotation and gave them a chance to score, but no finish. Devo, Panda with a chance here. Shot just wide to that left post. That gets sent back into the corner. Pashy with a shot on net. That's going to be almost in. Off the post. Once again, they have another chance here. There it is. 3-2 now from Mocket Aces with 18 seconds left.
Phenomenal follow-up one after another. See, Pashy put a wonderful shot on, just not able to get it inside because of the way that nose comes out yet again. But still, both teammates rotating back in to follow that up. Fantastic pressure coming off from Mocket Aces.
I think Pashy got a little extra touch on Panda there to push it in. Here, buddy, I'll help you out. 15 seconds, all they have to do to hold this off, but we've seen a lot of opportunities for Flipside. The way they're working this field, there's a chance there. You see Marky getting up there, ready for that pass from Greasy, but they're back on defense now. They have to make a nice high clear to get this one anywhere near to a scoring opportunity.
No,
what? That made it in. Holy smokes, Cooks here.
Get ducked. You see Devo try to play that back inside. He leaves it for his teammate. Unfortunate for him, Cookser sees it from a mile away, pressures on, and then gets a huge clear. What a clutch goal to bring this into overtime.
Half a second more, and that was not going to make it in. Overtime now for game number 2. So close between these teams. Absolutely insane clutch goal from Cooks here, as you said. And into overtime we go. Mocket Aces, Flipside Tactics.
Look at them work the field.
Yep, they are so smart right now, and it just shows. Cooks here knew the opportunity he had. Ooh, except Greasy getting away with Marky's shot. Maybe trying to set up a play, but didn't work out. They are going to go back on a defense as Mocket pushes forward. Demo on Cooks here, chance, open net. Cooks here now spawned, but still getting bullied, and they're just going for Cooks here right now. But a shot stopped by Devo, so close as he comes through the net to make that save. So smart to be able to do that.
Smart contest as well by Greasy, even though he's the last one back coming from a sideward angle.
Ooh!
He's able to contest at 50-50. And because of that and how wide this map is, it allows his team to rotate back. In most cases, the other teammates of the opposing team on Mocket are just going to be waiting for it. But still, double gold, bringing in some very unique nuances that we see in this competitive match.
I mean, I got to give credit. EU is already using double gold better than I saw NA use it. This is great display of knowledge of this map. Devo trying to figure out something to do. They're expecting a teammate to come up to push that with him. They don't, though, and they are still on defense. Weird spot here. Pashy to the far side, but there's Greasy waiting for that almost. Gave away a goal there, but Greasy does miss the net. Good attempt from him. Smart play to the far side. Marky Cooks here going back for boost as they wait for a play to come out from Greasy, but a bit of a whiff on that wall hit. Devo will have a chance to set that as teammates, but no one to follow it up. Panda smartly staying in net as Cooks here had a shot. Here's the breakout chance they need. Nice high clear, but met by Greasy in the air. Right back to midfield. Pashy patiently waiting for Devo to set something up, but they can't get out of their own end as Flipside putting on a very, very good rotation and keeping that pressure on midfield, making sure that there's no plays coming up. 2 minutes in, someone will have to get a goal soon. Who will break first?
Yeah, even with that pressure coming on, it's more so a matter of working the field. These guys are spreading out, and as soon as those clears come out from Mocket, Flipside guys are on both ends of the field just waiting to push it right back in. It's going to be a midfield battle as these guys play it out. And follow-ups from that, I mean, you see that pass get played back to the corner, very well done, but immediately met again by Flipside, one after another shots coming on net.
So close there. Shot from Marky, almost in. All 3 defenders there, though, should be able to clear this one. Greasy Cooks here forced to rush back. Devo, the only one sent up, though. Panda with a shot way high. Marky is going to go up anyways to try to push that one forward. A little bit harder than the backboard would have, but in front of the net, that's a weird touch from Cooks here. Nice set down from Greasy, though. Great pass from him out to Cooks here as he tries to push that one up. Devo now with a nice hard clear in the corner. Tough spot off the post. Almost putting that one in. Panda at the midfield trying to collect it up again.
Greasy again, just getting in the way, pushing this back out, completely stopping the rotation and the pressure, but Devo's not having any of it. It's going to come out with a demo. Luckily for Flipside, Greasy is back, rotating very well and keeping this back on offense. There's a mistake.
Oh, this could be scary. Greasy didn't quite know what to do, though. He did have a bit of that wall still in the way for him to take that shot. Not quite the roll around he wanted, but here's a chance. Greasy ready in case Cookser misses. Panda intercepts nicely, though. Shot so hard on net from Markey. Just stopped out by Pashy. What a save. That was a rocket and a half. Almost going in 3.5 minutes of overtime on double goal. Both these teams showing a great display of skill, but Flipside looking so strong in every aspect. But no net connect yet for them as Mockett moves on offense and they find the net. Pashy somehow past 2 defenders. Finally 3:41 into overtime. Takes away with a win. We're tied up in the series.
What a shot from Pashy, just barely beating out Greasy. Puts a rocket of a shot, like you mentioned, into that near post. What a beautiful angle.
I gotta say, that was exciting, and that just watching those two teams play makes me so excited for this map. I mean, Octagon has been on like the forefront of my side, just seeing like, this is the next one should be in. Double goal was so exciting in this situation to watch these two teams go at it. And again, shots fired at NA, but like this was so well played.
Right, the way they worked that field and the misdirection you saw and how wide that map really is, completely changing the pace. You saw 2 guys set up on defense of one side, and as soon as it got cleared out, it's like, okay, we got to completely rotate to the other side, otherwise we're in trouble.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to see how well they're using that, but now it completely goes different, and we get friendly fire. Like,
yeah,
I'm
excited for that. Well, I mean, this map, you saw Cookser was so happy on this map. He just looked so comfortable. You actually notice demos and bullying coming out from Mockett on Cookser because I think they realized how comfortable he was on this map, and that's what they had to do to break out. But this next one is going to be Pashy. I think is going to be Pashy's comfortable mode. Friendly fire, explosions everywhere. This is just chaos. This is where things start to get a little funky, and I love it.
Yeah, 11 shots alone by Cookser last map.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. See, he was going off.
So don't plan for that this time with the amount of demos that we're going to see. But even still, like, there's some cool Easter eggs as well. Like we talked about yesterday, the guys noticed how when you're playing the Batmobile and you use the grapple hook, it's a batarang.
See, I didn't know
when he gets
demos,
when he gets demo, it's like a bat symbol and it says boom. So there's some cool stuff.
I love it.
Look for that.
Well, I'm just going to look for... Honestly, this is really confusing to try to yell at because I don't know who's on the field at any time. But, I mean, that's one way to start.
1 second in, we get a kickoff goal. What?
All right.
What happened?
They'll take those. I think Markey
just didn't touch
missed.
It. Oh, it looked like... So Flipside does notoriously go for fake kickoff like kind of setups.
Yeah.
But they usually leave someone back in net.
Yeah, I mean, there was a critical piece to that play missing there. Well, first one in for Mockett. No demos as of yet. As Mockett tries. There it is.
Oh, gosh.
What? What just happened off screen? That kill feed was insane. There it is. Explosions everywhere. Violent barely missing out on a demo there from Markey as he does manage to get over top of him at midfield. There's explosions happy everywhere.
There's that bad one.
I can't even see anymore. Markey to Greasy as they try to get a play started up to the far side. Devo is going to get in the way of that one as he sets it forward. And we saw the adaptation. We talked about it earlier on in the first game.
Oh, look
the
at that
adaptation. Oh, my goodness. What a soft touch. Look at that award streak coming up in the corner.
Devo sees this played upfield by Violent Panda, jumps up, rotates backwards, and then boosts back towards the ball just so he can hit it light enough to slow down the momentum of that pass. So well played by Devo.
Very confusing as a defender, not knowing if that's a pass, a shot, and especially the change in speed. Absolutely.
Trying to get serious and then just explosions. Like, so ridiculous.
Well, as we said, we saw teams, to reiterate, every time I try to talk, a goal happens. I'm just going to stop. 2-1 now for Mockett.
Yeah, good pop-up by Greasy, and then waiting on the wall, you see the defender of Mockett Ace is not able to get to it. Does try to put a body in front of it, but not the correct angle. It just bounces right back at that shot from Markey, getting himself a goal. It's only been a minute.
4,000 explosions, 3 goals, which also count as explosions, I guess. We're off to a good start here as Devo tries to stop an advance from Flipside, but they don't want that advance to stop. Greasy with a smart read there. Fortunately, a little bit too behind it. Can't get that second touch off the save there from the Mockett defender. That will head back down towards Flipside's end. No one to finish that, but a team.
Oh, team demo.
Team demo. Marky just plows through Greasy. And that it does get stopped at least, and that's all that really matters in the end. But a shot from Panda right on target to Marky. He's able to keep that one out. There's a shot from Greasy. Good shot off the post, and that one's going to sink in, tying this one up.
Phenomenal shot by Greasy. Ball getting played up high. Pashy yet again trying to play that back down for his team, but Devo's just shadowing Cookster, trying to follow him into that corner just in case he wants a demo or otherwise. Because of that ball playing down the middle, nobody able to contest Greasy there. Because even if you do contest him, you're probably both going to get demoed anyway.
Well, yeah, exactly. You never know what's going to come out when you go for a 50-50.
Not you. That's what's going to happen. You're both going to be gone. But at the same time, you can use that strategically. You can use that demo to put yourself back on defense with a demo. Yeah, you're out of the play for a couple seconds, but it's faster than driving backwards.
That's true. Good pass there out to Greasy. Cucks. No play came out of that one, though. Devo up to Panda. Panda will try to move it forward, but actually he's going to back off. Devo will carry it the whole way. Sacrifice himself for the team. In the corner, pass out. Good backboard passing. Panda, no finish, though. As Cooks here does get in the way. Marky ready for a flick out, but a miss there gives a chance for Mocket to keep the pressure on. At midfield, don't really create any advance out of it, though. Still tied 2-2, approaching the halfway mark. In our friendly fire, in case you're coming in now and seeing explosions everywhere, this is the mid-season Mayhem, and things are crazy. We have friendly fire, instant demos, even team demos. There's a shot from Cookster. Good placement to find the back of the net.
Good demo as well, leading that charge. You see Marky taking the demo, a complete player out of the field. You see Devo respawn on the back end of that, trying to make a last-second save. Not able to do so as the placement still yet again. Way too good by this Flipside team, top left corner.
Over halfway just, and it's 3-2.
Oh, there's that setup. There's that setup.
There's a nice little dribble here from Panda. And I haven't seen too many intentional demos from Pashy, despite the fact that he's super powered now. There's a shot from Devo. Gonna find the back of the net. The defender couldn't rotate back in time.
We see Flipside again trying to do their famous kickoff setup where one guy fakes it, plays it back in. It's a lot to commit to the play, and because of that, then you see this Mock and Aces team trying to transition over, and then just a good pass down. Devo just waiting for it, gets it right off the bounce, puts it into the net. Tied up game, 2:07 left in the match.
As you said, 3-3 now. Flipside Tactics, Mock and Aces, all tied up in the series as well, 1-1 in this best of 5. And I'm hoping for a game number 5 between these two because we get rumble at that point. Demo there on the Batman, the Batmobile. Pashy will have a chance to move that one forward. Panda with a touch out towards the net. And there's Pashy going for an intentional demo.
Yeah, Violet Panda going up on the wall for that one, trying to play it back inside. But the defense trying to clear this out. A Flipside ends up running into each other. Marky finally getting that extermination. 7 demos on the board for him.
Long clear from Greasy. Cuck's waiting back patiently as he knows Devo's going to get a touch. Off the backboard, no finish from them there. Pashy to midfield. And a demo as he moves forward. He got the Exterminator award there. And a shot from Devo. Wow, finds the back of the net. 1:13 left, and they're in the lead.
Yeah, Cooks are trying to play that across. Devo reads it very well, plays it up high and over the field. It's just Marky not able to get that touch as he's swinging back around. Very difficult save to make as you're moving one way and the ball's going another.
In the lead now. We'll see if that keeps up. Anything can happen. There's always a demo off of the kickoffs. I think there's like one person left on the field after this. 3 double demos in a row here. Panda with a air drag, but loses control. Greasy picks that one on the ground. Tries to get over to Cooks here. I'm surprised no one exploded on that one. 2 defenders. There's a third. Now there's 2 again. Cooks here makes his way back, but with the demos, could be a good spot there. No! Cooks here puts it in his own net. Not expecting Marky to get there in time.
Like you mentioned, those 2 demos, both players having to come from the respawn, trying to get it there in time. Marky actually ends up being able to, but Cookster rotating back, ends up putting it in his own net and then killing his own teammate. Cookster, what are you doing?
I don't know, but, I mean, it's a goal, right? That's all that matters.
Well, not for them. That's the wrong, dude, it's the wrong team.
Good back pass from Marky there to Cooks here as they have 2 goals now to get back, but there's almost one of them. If he could fall through, maybe would have been able to get a demo off the backboard. Pashy's going to take control. No, he loses that to Marky as he comes flying in. Good pressure coming up from Flipside, but it's not enough as Maka does find a chance to break back down towards the blue end. Double demo there as tries to give Devo a chance to put that in front of the net, and it might work out as Pashy gets a shot. There's an intentional demo working out for their team.
Yeah, even though it puts him back on his own side, both other team members flying back in. You see Cookser respawning, trying to get to it, just not able to in time. There's just so much pressure coming out. We talk about how Mach and Aces probably has one of the best offenses in the game.
Now that they're up 6-3, 13 seconds left, I think it's safe for me to finally talk because I think this game is going to be over no matter how many more goals get scored here. Good mid-air demo as game number 3 is going to go to Mach and Aces in the friendly fire. This best of 5 in the midseason Mayhem. First game of the day for EU. And as we just said, Mach and Aces, and what I was trying to say at the beginning of the match is the adaptation these teams have. Looks really great with these. You know, we don't see them often play in these modes, and it's really cool to see how they adapt to these game modes, especially with this one. You know, people slowed down. Eventually, they started getting those intentional demos at the end once they got used to how the mechanic worked. So it's really cool to see, and I really expect that coming to the next ones into game number 4.
Right, and you see that initially, like, these guys were just playing so aggressive. They're getting in each other's way. They were demoing each other. We saw that a little bit still at the end for Flipside, just because they're trying to rotate, make something happen. But this next match was something that we saw even Twitch chat, you guys, kind of change up later in the day. We had Mayhem coming out next, which is probably one of my favorites that isn't like the Rumble style. But you see these teams start to adapt to it as they get more and more comfortable with, okay, we have a limited boost now, and you still see them rotate to the boost because it's just muscle memory.
That's the best part. We talked about it yesterday, and Finable Carpet was doing his best to keep track of it, but so ingrained in their muscle memory to rotate in their rotations to go for boost. So you're going to see them going for empty boost grabs because they don't need it. Eventually, you're going to see a lot of aerials, lot of airplay as these teams start to contest in the air because they have that opportunity. They have the ability to do that because they're not running out of boost. But the touches are the hardest part we see these teams try to adapt to. The touches, even the softest touch, is so hard and so hard to control and get passes to each other. So the fact that both these teams have been relying on team play is going to be interesting to see how they adapt.
For those that are unaware what Mayhem is, we're looking at the ball speed super fast, ball weight super light, ball bounciness is high, and then boost for everyone. This ball barely going to be able to have to be touched, and it's going to go flying.
I think it's easy to figure out now that you see them touch them.
Mayhem does not underwhelm with the name. It is perfect.
Amazing. Marky tries to get it. It's so hard to read where it's going to because of the speed. Your positioning really has to change. You can't stay close anymore. You got to be super wide and spread out. So many whiffs already off the bat in the first 30-second shot from Pashy, and that's what we saw players like Espion start to figure out is you need long shots in this game mode.
Yeah, stand back, just wait for a good angle, and then just hit it towards the net. You don't even need to make sure there's power on it because it's going to go there for you. But at the same time, a couple pinches, and we see times where just a small little flick, and it redirects across the entire map.
Cooks are at midfield, still managed to get a pass out in the box on Mocket's side. It doesn't result in a goal. Devo trying to read that touch. Panda with a shot. Good bump too, I think, from Devo.
Right, Violent Panda reads as well, sits back, gets a quick aerial up, and then just puts a shot on net. But Devo, who is actually already in the goal, just comes across and just bumps the heck out of Marky. Unfortunately for him, there was 2 players in, and just not enough.
Now one up for Mocket. Aces against Flipside Tactics in game number 3. If they win this one, they actually win this series and will move on in the bracket. Flipside will be out as it is a single elimination. So they're going to want to make sure they don't lose this match, this Mayhem here. Cooks are going to be trying to put that to the far side. Nice placement, but a little bit too high. So hard, as we said before, to control that ball when you have so much power coming out of every single touch from your car on this ball. Mocket with a nice long clear there. Pashy off the backboard. Good read and sets that one down.
So close.
But doesn't put it to rest in the net. It is going to fly back down towards their own end. Greasy backs off from Marky to take a shot. Devo sets himself down there as Panda gets a good hard clear. Off the backboard, a shot to the wide side. Mocket seems to have gotten a pretty good grasp so far on this game mode.
Yeah, their touch is definitely on point, able to kind of rotate on. The big thing they're doing well and much better than Flipside is how well they spread the field. They're always having someone ready for when the shot comes in. There's someone just always waiting for as soon as that ball lands to contest it. And that's something that, as difficult as it may do, you need to contest at the midfield. Just put something on it and then try to react afterwards, as difficult as that may be.
Well, what we saw teams do yesterday was keep one defender back and send about 2 up, 1 at midfield, 1 to hit that ball. And it started to work out really well, and Mockets already seems to have taken a hold of that strategy, as they're getting a lot of shots and a lot of opportunities as Devo finds the back of the net. Such a hard bounce off the roof.
Devo just doing a really good play, gets underneath Cookser on defense, and then Devo gets a shot on, but then his teammate gets underneath Cookser, the last man back, able to then follow it up as these guys are kind of just out of that typical rotation we see them in.
It's true. It looks like Markey may have gotten a bad touch on a Cookser there and set him out of the play, opening up a hole for Devo to put one in the back of the net. 2-0 now lead for Mocket Aces as we're over halftime in game number 4. McCaster, I can't count. Cookser with a shot.
Both you and Carpet proved that yesterday. You guys can't do math.
We've all had our moments, really. Cookser way underneath that one. Misreading that bounce. Pesci off the backboard. Should be someone there to follow it up. They are. Panda, these guys are reading these hard bounces so well. And I wonder if they've been practicing, because it really looks like they have.
How do you practice this? Like,
the power glove in Rumble just all the time for everybody. Greasy showing he's got the power, plows through Panda as he moves back to midfield. Cooks here up, 50-50, 1 out by Pesci in front of the net there. There's a follow-up by Panda, but way wide of a shot. Is going to roll back to midfield. Hard to read. Devo does miss it on that. Markey with a shot, a rocket. Stopped by Pesci as he rotates back at another demo at midfield. Mocket doing a very good job on the rotations back, making sure to be useful still and not just driving and getting boost.
Yeah, good save by Markey as well. That counterattack, as soon as that demo came out, you saw a rocket of a shot in favor of Mocket, but Markey just getting a soft touch on it. And that's all they need is one soft touch is still going to send that flying across the map. It's just the follow-up afterwards Mocket seems to be beating them on.
1 minute left in this game, and Mocket Aces is 2 goals in the lead, looking to take this series 3-1 against Flipside Tactics. If they do not get, Flipside Tactics does not get 2 more goals in these last 40 seconds, this is going to be it for them in this bracket. And Mocket will be moving on, but it is not over yet. Goals can come out so quick at the speed this ball moves as that rolls back down towards that orange end. Mocket trying to break it out. Flipside trying to put on some pressure now, but they just can't seem to get the play started up and get those touches off the backboard that they need. The roll up there could be a chance, but Greasy way too far. Still not grasping how hard this ball goes off of your car as they end up back in their own end. 10 seconds left. This is not looking good for Flipside Tactics. As at midfield, they have a chance right here and they have to get the shot, and I think that's going to be it. At this point, they cannot score 2 goals, and Mocket Aces going to take it 3-1. But unfortunately, we're not going to get any Rumble, but congratulations to Mocket. They're going to move on in the bracket.
Well, fortunately for us, Gibbs' prediction is wrong for once. We don't have 8 games in a day, so he can't get Braziled in his predictions.
Yes.
But congrats to James Bott getting his right somehow. Just going with his gut works out. Mocket Ace is playing very well. Pesci and the rest of the boys seem very comfortable with these game modes.
He's going off on desk right now.
Me and Gibbs are fighting now.
There we go. Well, we're going to head it back over the desk in a second. I mean, congrats again to Mocket. We're going to over the desk and let them now chirp you so you can't fight back.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Leaf and Lawler. Cool match to start things off. Of course, Flipside falling to Mocket Aces there in that matchup. Let's take another look at exactly how Mocket Aces got that done on the arenas you guys chose using the mutator settings that you guys chose as well.
And the fan favorite, we start on Octagon. It was a pretty slow game, actually, to start. Flipside didn't get their passes set until their last 2 goals of the game, and then this block from Cooks here.
Yes, but again, I thought both of these matches, even though Octagon's bigger, it's going to be slower paced. I thought compared to yesterday's game, this series was at just a way quicker pace.
Yeah.
So much faster, and the quality was so much better. This was really a beautiful series to watch.
And that double goal game was so clutch from Mocket because that entire overtime was Flipside, and Mocket just comes in on their 1 scoring chance, basically the entire overtime, and takes the win in game 2, and then We went on to the demos, 39 demos in that game, a lot less than North America actually, but Maka knows how to play. Like Flipside had a lot of team demos, and then Maka just had the better play in Mayhem. They would rotate back to net instead of rotating midfield, while Flipside was just rotating midfield the entire time, and then they're like, oh wait, the ball's overhead. It's like,
Yeah, we
the
saw
ball's really light.
Genesis do the exact same thing where they just left someone in net at pretty much all times. And again, Mayhem proves to be the lowest scoring game in the series. So Mayhem, despite the craziness of how fast that ball's going, it's proving to be very difficult for these guys to score. But I thought Markey actually struggled quite a bit on defense in the last two games. In Game 3 and Game 4, there was one instance where he actually hit the ball down very weakly, which resulted in a goal for Mocket. And then another one where he was in the corner waiting for boost, and he just didn't get a good line on the ball. And then that bump, it looked like, I think he bumped Cooks or Greasy.
Yeah.
He bumped Cooks out of net, and Diva was able to get that goal. So struggling, a little bit of struggle from Flipside. They came out really, really strong, like you were saying, and dominated that whole entire overtime. And especially that 0-second goal from Cooks was absolutely nuts. So it's surprising to see Mock be able to battle back in that game, fight through that adversity, and get that win. And that momentum just carried through for the rest of the games.
Yeah, adversity is the story of the evening of the day. It is the mid-season Mayhem after all. You never know what the Twitch chat is going to throw at you. Of course, with Mocket Ace's win, that means Flipside Tactics is out of the mid-season Mayhem. Let's take a look at the bracket. Again, single elimination, 8 teams involved. Mocket Aces moves on to the semifinals, eliminating Flipside Tactics. Of course, there you see the rest of the bracket laid out there. But yeah, 2 of the top teams, 1 has to go.
Yes, and I mean, Gibbs, Lawler was like flaming you. Are you going to meet him in the parking lot?
I'm not sure what I did to him, but he's got beef. And I don't.
There's
I don't
beef
know.
now?
There's beef.
Oh, this is good.
But you know, I don't know what's going on. But Mocket, for fans of Mocket Twitch chat, you should probably vote Friendly Fire. They looked really impressive there.
Oh, yes.
Mocket, I don't think had any team demos the entire game, while Flipside had a ton. So Twitch chat, if you like Mocket, I would vote for that.
And if you don't, what do they vote?
Not Mayhem or Friendly Fire, just Rumble. Always Rumble anyway.
Always Rumble anyway. That's a good default. Of course, our next match, we're going to keep moving through the round of 8 here. It's going to be Oh My Dog versus Red Eye. And it's about time to start voting. So what do you want to see in Oh My Dog versus Red Eye? You need to let us know. Go to the Twitch chat. There's a straw poll there. If you want a refresher on all the mutator settings and arenas that you're voting for, on the Twitch page, if you scroll down, it's all listed there so you can see what's going on. Otherwise, you could probably have a friendly conversation with other people in Twitch chat. Be like, hey, what are you voting for? And then they'll be like, oh, I'm voting for this one. And then you can have a nice friendly debate about which one to go for. And then we'll have our arenas and mutators.
And I think at the break, Gibbs is going to go and have a round of fisticuffs with Lawler.
Maybe. We're going to go to the parking lot. We'll see who comes back. We'll see who comes back.
All right, we're going to take a break here from the mid-season Mayhem. Again, go vote in the Twitch chat for the arenas and the mutator settings you want to see next. Again, it's going to be Oh My Dog versus Red Eye as the round of 8 continues in the mid-season Mayhem. Take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.